to a live here, here from, here from San Antonio, Texas. And at just moments ago, the chairman, Denver Anti-Lucas, have welcomed into San Antonio, and that being, the new general manager, Keith Richards, with surprisingly saying that he's willing to have a fight tonight. So of course, here comes Amir Fatu, with a brand new ring attire. Now here comes Colin.
And this is a opponent from Brooklyn County, weighing in at 185 pounds.
Now you can see that for Colin, really trying to assert most of his dominance, made your way down to the ring, all high and mighty. And we don't know what's currently going through Colin's mind, but we all know that he had this door and pretty much going all for broke. So pretty much going all for broke and refuse to elaborate about it later. And the first matchup is underway here in the FWA, and immediate, I want to say reverse slam by Amir Fatu. All looking to not give two single shits on what is happening. They're just dumping to the back, and now Amir looking to try and target the right forearm to what it seems to be Colin. Now for Colin all the way back up to his feet, trying to get Amir up, but Amir managed to counter. And now almost looking to attempt to lock him into a bear hug submission, but instead throws him into a suplex, a moonsault from Amir, but it doesn't land. Now Colin had the effective slam down for Amir Fatu. And outside of the ring for both men to go, and they set to do battle. And see that Amir picking him up and slamming Colin down almost right onto the steel steps. And wired it up for a discus punch. Encourage after Colin is not liking how he's being treated right now. Turns out that now Colin managed to deliver a counter. They kick almost to the lower midsection of Amir. But now Colin locking in the Boston Crab, attempting to make Amir submit, but she's not going to submit that easily. And I'm going for a corkscrew moonsault, but misses the target. Now for Amir, trying to at least scope out well, the ring, looking for a best possible way to get himself back in the ring, but in doing so, he's also wasting time. And now he's back into the ring, and Colin now has a hold of him, slamming him first into, slamming him first, but now he's slamming him down with the Alabama slam. It seemed that for Colin is not finished with Amir Fatu as of yet. Now just trying to stomp him out. Now I'm looking up for Amir Fatu, somewhat attempted to fight back here, but now heading over to the top rope, but immediately gets down, noticing Colin is getting up. Go for a middle rope for a moonsault. And mentioned the Superman punch going for Amir, but it seemed that Colin may be able to capitalize if he could just use it. All the way to try to go for a suspended suplex, but instead tries to slam him down outside of the ring, going for Amir. Now covered out by Colin, Amir kicks out at 2. Now it's almost set for Colin. Trying to rev up the engines. Amir has to move out of the way. Claymore will connect. Cover now. And Amir still kicks out. And almost looking out for Collins. Trying to use another Claymore to put away Amir Fatu. However, Amir managed to move out of danger. Now line it up for the Samoan spike. But it's almost like that for Amir is not finished. Now you try almost slide him onto the center of the ring, but it seems that for Colin may be able to capitalize and counter. But I'm trying to figure out how is his throat not broken up into several different pieces. I guess we might have our answer here, because now that for Colin attempted to try hyper extend for Amir Fatu. I'll literally use a clothesline, but Amir managed to move out of the way. Now has him up in potential position for a Samoan drop, but instead drops him onto the top rope. And now for Amir going off the middle rope, connecting with the cutter. But it seemed that Amir is not finished, and now trying to roll up Colin and go for a pin. But once again, Colin kicks out. It's like that for Amir, gonna have to take 2 extreme measures. Now just slamming him down chest first. Now, what else are you trying to look for here? We go for a bow and arrow knee breaker. Well, bow and arrow knee buster is what it's called. Now I need to pull back that match card real quick. Alright. Now for Collins throwing Amir Fatu, managed to get the rebound suplex in play. It's almost seeming that for Collins may be able to score victory if he plays his decisions right. And now over top row with Tough Con Hilo, but misses just by an inch. And now for Amir Fatu, sliding himself outside the ring, kind of a bad decision. Go for Amir and a suplex straight into the barricade. Legs first going for Amir Fatu, but now for Colin, now giving him the pretty much the ringside white noise. That is probably gonna have a few screws loose for Amir Fatu. But some way that that for Amir is surprisingly attempting to fight back, now dropping Colin onto the barricade. Now the ref count is at 5. It seems that for Amir, in trying to get the call up, will have finally received the prayer from its ancestors. And then he put into action, Superman punch connect, ducking under, going for Amir, and the spear connects. Cover. And surprisingly, Colin kicks out. But seems that Amir is gonna have to use plan B. And it seems that he's just trying to weaken him before he can use his secret weapon. And looking like he put it into effect, and now just stabbing for Colin, making sure he gets every final piece of the jugular out. And that is it. And Colin and not getting up from consecutive Samoan spikes. And it's almost like that Amir had to use it as a last resort to make sure that Colin stays down for good. We might need to get the medical team out here. And now for our next matchup here is actually a debut. Is a debut match. Well, as this woman has also made, but technically has made her off-camera debut during XWA Live, which I will be potentially streaming on some days when I feel like not doing a full show. But regardless, it's there. I'm going to check the tire. Fuck it. Fuck it, we're using the second tire. We're throwing all caution to the wind. Oh, wait a minute. We've been doing that. That's the first episode. I'm a fucking dumbass. Alright. Let me see here. So our second matchup of tonight is the debuting star, that being Angel Rivera versus, I want to say, local talent. And the reason why I'm saying that, because this one never signed a contract, and that one we're talking about in particular is JDD. Now the lights are going dark and we see red time like I think I just got scared by some fireworks. So here comes Angel Rivera. And here you can see technically the highly rumored call up that had ever since it had been announced, and that would be technically Angel Rivera. Although she preferred to be going by her actual real name, that being Leah Rivera, but her ring name will be known as Angel. And to clarify, I made the match cards on Discord, but I'm not saying it to anyone else. Now here's something that ECW fans may be familiar with. If you like RVD, then you're definitely gonna like the fictional daughter, well, of his, and that being JVD. And it will only technically be her second match in the SWA, which is quite surprising. So now the match has already been rung, an immediate hurt, I want to say her Toronto, from Angel Rivera, slamming her, doing pretty much slamming her down. Now we do have to talk about at least the height difference and maybe the height advantage for both women here. In terms of Angel Rivera, technically only being just technically 5'11" and a half, like she's almost reaching 6 foot. No, I'm not joining the party because it would just ruin all of this entirely. And outside the ring, going for Angel Rivera, it's seeming that for JVD could potentially try and follow it up with something. As you could have seen there, trying to go onto the top rope. Now, throwing herself outside and now getting a hold. Angel Rivera slamming her down with the DDT onto the apron. The hardest part of a wrestling ring that you do not want to connect with. It seemed that for JVD, well, pretty much just using the outside of the ring to eventually to take down a woman that's only just a few inches taller than her. Smart move, but also kind of a curious choice in this matchup alone. Another moonsault connects on Angel Rivera. The ref count reaches 6. And now it's back inside the ring for Angel Rivera alongside with JVD. Put behind, now going off the middle rope for moonsault, and it connects. Cover now. Good by JVD. And almost an immediate kick out by Rivera. And now for JVD, use a bit of rolling thunder. And it connects. Cover now by JVD. And Angel again ends up kicking out, except it's 2. You see that for JVD now had to go to 3 measures, going off the top rope and trying to connect with the frog splash, and it connects. And I don't know, Angel might be knocked out. And cover now. And that is it for Angel Rivera. Not exactly a debut that she would want to have, but this match has already been made final, and JVD will walk out with a win. Alright, let's see. Now for our next matchup, as I'm looking at it on here. Alright, perfect. And the next matchup will be Carly Walker versus Bando Laura. Alright, now we're finally loaded up. Also, I will say we are sold out in the San Antonio Spurs Arena. So this is going to be a good one. And here comes Carly Walker. So it's screaming that for Carly Walker, kind of making her singles, like pretty much making her singles competitive debut. Well, tonight on XWA, and it seems that she already had picked out an opponent, and that being Bando Laura. Speaking on the behalf of Bando Laura, one of the matches have already been confirmed for XWA Last Stand, and that being, well, Cassidy Walker versus Rosa Cien Martinez for the XWA Women's Cruiserweight Championship. And that match will be happening on August 2nd, alongside with the rest of the pay-per-view. Anyways, here is Bando Laura, with of course still unmasked, but after Bando Laura herself said that she prefers to remain unmasked, or at least until she gets a new one. But for people in the XWA, they actually do like Bando Laura without her mask, saying that she actually looks better off without wearing one. And now that the match is official, it's technically the big woman, well, pretty much, it'll technically be the, like, how can I put this? It's basically David versus Goliath type style of a match. You have your big opponent, and you have your semi-small opponent. Now, all that Bando Laura has to do is technically attempt to outsmart, well, Carly Walker, almost like what she attempted to do here. Because if we're looking at the stats, that Carly Walker specializes surprisingly in speed and efficiency in the ring. And same thing goes for Bando Laura. However, she only focuses on in-ring skill, well, overall speed. The only thing she lacks is durability, depending on the opponent. And as for Carly Walker, technically trying to dish out enough damage, and there's the big elbow drop connector. And another one. And now it's into the steel steps, going for Bando Laura. That would probably, like, dislocate a rib cage or two. And back inside the ring going for Bando Laura. Saving for Carly Walker just to potentially stop the count for a small bit. Now going up onto the top rope, going for Carly Walker, but it seems that she wants Bando Laura to get up. And pretty much trying to go for somewhat of a top rope dive, trying to get a hold of Bando Laura, but it seems not to work in her favor. Covered now by Bando Laura. And Carly Walker managed to kick out at 1. The ropes and Spanish fly, I want to say, from Bando Laura, and a standing moonsault, and possibly another one just to make sure it stays in place. And now almost to the outside of the ring, but now for Bando Laura, managed to use Enzuigiri to take out Carly Walker. And now for Bando Laura, almost like it to be in potential trouble when dealing with Carly Walker here. And it is not gonna look very well. And a counter by Bando Laura. Here it's trying to go off the middle rope into a bulldog. Maybe a middle rope bulldog is what it's called. And now for Bando Laura trying to lift up Carly Walker, which she does, surprisingly, and go for the shoulder buster. Cover now by Bando Laura. And Carly Walker managed to kick out. Now for Bando Laura, pretty much trying to take a tad bit of her aggression out onto Carly Walker. And into the ropes, and it's only mean one thing for Bando Laura, pretty much using the rope to her advantage into a UFO cutter. And cover now by Laura. And again, Carly kicks out. And countered by Carly Walker, and Steve. They say now this fight is under my control, ducking under and connect with an elbow strike to the chest. There that for Carly Walker's not finished. A massive body splash. Well, from the power lifter, or no, not power lifter. The amateur wrestler, as we would say for Carly Walker, actually had a background. And even won 3 gold medals. Now Carly Walker, I was able to capitalize, or almost attempting to capitalize on this opportunity. And a massive elbow drop, almost to the chest of Bando Laura. And now for Carly Walker using a springboard forward DDT. Now for Bando Laura, we're using a jump DDT now. Almost looking to put away Carly Walker, but it probably won't work. And into the rope, jumping over, ducking under, going for Bando Laura. Now connected with the Spanish fly and the moonsault. However, one kick managed to get blocked and almost outside the ring, going for Bando Laura. And now for Carly Walker, might be able to capitalize, trying to lift up Bando Laura, slamming her back first into the hard cam side of the apron. And a spine buster connect onto the hard outside. And looking to use the knee with a Karagoye on the outside. And now it's back inside the ring for Bando Laura, and seeing that for Carly Walker. pretty much trying to at least take a small breather before entering back in the ring. And stomp onto the right arm. And here comes the Eradicator. But as the Eradicator decided to show up, again to protect his chair shot, but aim for Carly Walker. And that would technically make, well, as I'm looking at this right now, this will only make the third time that Rhea has showed up in the XWA. But the OMG moment was what technically went after Cassidy Walker's match. She ended up being interrupted, but her celebration ended up being cut short by Rhea Ripley. And without the highlight of Onslaught, well, no. Well, yeah, it was the highlight of Onslaught. I was looking to go off the middle rope, and a collision would be called. And then that Carly Walker liked to play a bit dirty. Now Carly Walker pretty much calling for it, but now having Bandolora and possibly a bad position, lifting her up into the jackhammer. And cover now. And that is it for Bandolora. Just give me one moment. So our next matchup will be, well, Ryan Stone versus Sky, in which Ryan Stone has said that he is going to get a match at XWA Last Stand, and he even said that he may have the perfect opponent, well, for the match. Now, will he reveal it? Possibly not. But all we do know is that it could potentially happen. And here comes Sky. But wait a second, you see that for Ryan Stone running, almost looking to run out of the shadows and attacking. Well, pretty much now starting to attack Sky. But now it's almost looking at Ryan Stone is trying to take the fight straight onto Sky. Now Sky made the face off against Stone. Now as pretty much, well, for Sky managed to take off the jacket, the Bullet Club jacket as a matter of fact, and now the match is official and started. So now Ryan Stone almost looking to use the middle rope, trying to go for his corkscrew splash. And now, the Ryan Stone could be dealt with against Sky here. Now for Sky, pretty much trying to punch him inside the face. Not kind of a good idea. But hit into, I want to say, the ankle. I see that Sky is not trying to hold back. A super kick connect, but wait, it's a double tap. And cover. Ryan Stone kicked out of 2. And now for Sky going onto the top row, going for the red run when the red flag, and that will seal the deal for Sky. As Sky's the winner. Alright, let me look here. Our next matchup will be Rebecca Storm, will play with the FWA Heavyweight Champion Rebecca Storm versus AJ Punk. And I'm looking at AJ Punk looks a little bit different here. See that she actually grew out pretty much her short spiky hair into long. But it doesn't change the fact that AJ Punk is wanting to do anything and use almost every part of her body as the absolute weapon of destruction to get a win tonight. And she had done it in the past, but we don't know how she'll be able to square up against the champion. Very good alone, I'm trying to check somebody, or at least try to get somebody with a reality check. But anyway, now, just moments ago, you just know that the match was made official between AJ Punk versus Rebecca Storm. And for now, they pretty much throw into a rope to connect with elbow strike to his face. But AJ Punk. But technically a fight between the champion versus, I want to say, the challenger. So it seeming that for AJ Punk, well, not holding back against the champion, but it seemed that the two pretty much wanted to go at the absolute best, let alone going all out tonight in San Antonio, Texas. And outside of the ring, going for Rebecca Storm, and it seemed that for AJ Punk, like crossing her arms, like just saying that, yeah, that's how it's coming with me, woman, or at least if you dare to put it up for grabs. But I'm not sure if Rebecca Storm gonna put the title up for grabs anytime sooner. And there's the clothesline, immediately putting down AJ Punk. And there's one thing that you need to avoid from Rebecca Storm is her heavy clothesline, because she said she has a heavy, pretty much she said she has a heavy right arm, let alone maybe even her left arm. And she said she kind of uses it as a sight for the take off, or pretty much to take off her opponent's heads. That's the reason why Rebecca Storm preferred to use a clothesline as part of her arsenal. But now for AJ Punk, we're trying to lure Rebecca Storm, and it seems that she might have chose the wrong time, where to try and lure her opponent outside the ring. It seems like it's not gonna help for her. And I think that was an arm held DDT. And back inside the ring going for AJ Punk. But now Rebecca Storm immediately taking no regard, going for a massive elbow drop, hooking the leg onto AJ Punk. AJ Punk immediately kicks out at 1. Now for Rebecca Storm. They're trying to take simple advantage. And yes, I might get blamed for this, but I do watch AEW on some time. The only part of AEW I watch, well, the only AEW shit I watch is Dynamite and Rampage. Anyways, here we can see that for AJ Punk, using pretty much her most beloved weapon, that being her ass, in a triple hip attack. Seriously, we need to figure out who the fuck agreed with this shit. And why, or at least how, did someone literally train AJ Punk to do that? Oh wait, so you're telling me the fans actually like when AJ Punk used her ass as a weapon? What the fuck kind of wrestling are you even watching? Oh, this? Alright, fair enough. I don't get paid enough for this bullshit commentary. But anyways, focusing back onto the match, that for AJ Punk, now just takes the stomp onto Rebecca Storm, almost looking to use the curb stomp, which is very rare of AJ Punk to use, but it seems that's the only way to take down the champion, only for Rebecca Storm to kick out. And there is the massive hip drop from AJ Punk. And now, I think we now understand, or at least knowing the term of saying, and I believe that for AJ Punk saying, or at least heard the term of drop that ass, and she took it personally. Yep, that's definitely going to be a meme. Not. But regardless or not, AJ Punk is going to walk out of San Antonio, Texas with the win. Now, who is next? Now, here's the match. Now, I'm sure from what we've heard. Now, I'm sure from what we heard of. Well, from possibly the last show, saying that. Well, pretty much saying that what are the odds of having. I'm pretty much having a. Well, our favorite fighting French woman will end up squaring. Will end up fighting off against the French Canadian, that being Rebecca Starr. Well, let's just say the chances were actually on 100%. Well, because that is our next match. And technically, for Jackson Prince, he heard what we had to say on commentary about both of them. And it's like, you know what? Make this a match. I actually want to see this. Or, from what she said, she actually wants to do this a lot. And pretty much a lot of people are actually excited for this match alone. matches here. Also, fun fact, Paris is hosting the Summer Games, so although Jackson Prince said that she was going to be in her home country in order to celebrate the Paris Olympic Games, she chose to at least stay here in the States, well, and fight. Although, now I'm starting to think about it, even if we did brought the FWA to France, we know damn well that Jackson Prince is gonna main event that show. Interesting. After Rebecca Starr has said something about the commentary team, saying that this might be the first and possibly the only commentary team to literally take notice that I'm French Canadian. And we would like to say thank you. And we actually would like to say yes, because we kind of thought, wait a minute. She's from Canada. And Canada can actually speak in both two languages, English and French. Meaning, Rebecca Starr is French Canadian. Or at least that's what we know of. Hell, we never been to fucking Canada before. Although I would say one of the SWA shows is gonna happen there. Can't reveal too much now. Anyway, the match is already official, and already Rebecca Starr going for an immediate pinfall. Hell, I don't even know what's happening. But now seeming that for Jackson Prince and Rebecca Starr, well, two French women literally in the very ring right now. Now for Jackson Prince, she actually ended up running into Rebecca Starr backstage and giving her full appraisal. So it's like both of them, or at least for Jackson Prince, wanted this match to happen. But judging from what we are seeing right now, I don't know how well they're going for, well, or at least on the receiving end of Prince. And now just being on that end of some rapid fire curve stomps countered by Jackson Prince. And now it seems that for Jackson, well, pretty much now on the offense. Now for Jackson Prince, almost trying to go for a chop but misses. Rebecca Starr will be able to capitalize. Trying to put Jackson Prince into the rope. Now just at least have her hanging, and there's the, I want to say the heat seeker. I think that's what it's called. Yeah, stomp onto the face of Prince and save it up for Rebecca Starr. Try to light it up. We're trying to light it up for pretty much a knee strike and cutter combo. Jackson Prince going on to the outside, waiting for Rebecca Starr, and now Jackson Prince able to figure out some way here and pretty much try to go for the leg clip, or at least that's what I'm noticing. And now for back inside the ring now, going for Rebecca Starr, Jackson Prince. We're going to the outside, but here comes Rebecca Starr with the suicide dive, or maybe a a suicide DDT, but now Jackson Prince is making her pay for it, and there is the C stretch. Now for Jackson Prince, it's pretty much getting her ass handed. There you can see someone in the crowd holding up the French flag. Yeah, I don't know what that even count for, like, both people here. But I guess it would. And into the corner, going for Jackson Prince, and now for Rebecca Starr, might have the opportunity to go using the ropes and try to connect with both boots to the face. And over the top rope, pretty much a top rope swanton, I am able to assume. And now Rebecca Starr going onto the top rope in the corner, go for the moonsault, and it connects. Covered now by Rebecca Starr. But Jackson Prince kicks out last second. So now for both Rebecca Starr and Jackson Prince, but it's almost looking like they're fighting like their life depends on it. And a little fact about this match, originally this was supposed to happen during IWA Last Stand, but for whatever reason, Rebecca Starr has said that, nah, I want this match to happen tonight. I think the fans deserve it. And so she is right. And then the head scissors, pretty much the head scissor takedown by Rebecca Starr, trying to line it up for a corkscrew, well, moonsault, and countered by Jackson Prince. So it's almost like that for Jackson Prince, tried to roll to the, or running to the outside actually, my apologies. But now, whatever Rebecca Starr tried to do, tried to go for a DDT onto Jackson Prince, almost looking that Jackson could have landed, well, pretty much could have landed that, but instead had a few screws and knocked it loose. And now, what Rebecca Starr attempted to try and do here, pretty much trying to wrap her opponent's legs around hers, and then try to dump, or at least try to cave Jackson Prince's head in. And pretty much into the barricade, going for Jackson Prince. So far, the San Antonio crowd is loving this match. They don't even know who to even side with in this match. Would it be Rebecca Starr or Jackson Prince? Pretty much just dumped to the rear midsection of the body. And now looking at Rebecca Starr, looking to fly. And seeing that she's gonna do so pretty much with, I want to say, pretty much a half rotation moonsault cover. And Jackson Prince breaks free. And now a bottom rope moonsault, but it misses entirely due to Jackson Prince moving out the way last second. And it's almost like this fight could easily go on forever. And now, for whatever, Rebecca Starr trying to line up against Jackson Prince, looking at potential line up for the French Canadian coast to coast. Oh wait, no, it's called the Canada, well, pretty much the Canada Coast. Actually, that got a good ring to it. Canada Coast. Yeah, that'll work. And there's a massive big boot into the corner. It seems that Jackson Prince is having a bit of a little bit of disrespect onto Starr. They say it's all part of the game here. It's all part of the game and how she can possibly benefit from it. But wait a second, it seems that for, I want to say that would be the quiet drop. Go for Rebecca Starr, cover now, and Rebecca Starr gets the win. And that was actually kind of a spectacular match. You can actually see that for Jackson principally holding her hand out, hoping for a little bit of a post-match sportsmanship. And it happens. And I have a feeling this won't be the last time we get to see both Jackson Prince and Rebecca Starr. So now that I'm looking through the cards, alright, this is gonna be utter hell. Actually, nah, that's for the main event. So our next matchup will be MYS and Mr. Blue versus Lance Phillip and Cage, the Vengeance Day. Yes, I literally came up with that myself. You're welcome. And keep in mind, both MYS and Mr. Blue do have a match at Last Stand. MYS taking on Hudson Wheeler, and Mr. Blue facing off Steve Barron in the main event of XWA Last Stand. And here they come. As you can see both Mr. Blue and MYS walking down to the ring. Also, one thing to notice about MYS is that he's still wearing the face mask. Well, that he was pretty much that fans actually end up making for MYS. Well, because of his broken face. And which doctors have said his face is healed, but pretty much saying that his nose is healed. So he can take off the mask whenever he feels like it. But it seems that for MYS wants to keep the mask on for a bit longer. So I guess this would mean that both MYS and Mr. Blue are returning as a tag team. And here are, or at least here comes, Cage and Lance Phillip, Vengeance Day. Pretty much after the two are technically following their leader, Noah Miller. We don't know exactly what both of these men's goals are, but what we do know is that they share one common goal. Well, not one common goal, but they share one common passion. It's that they were taught to the side like they're not being used no more, and they took offense of it. Now they came back with a purpose. It seemed like they have followed the light, and the light has led them here, standing before us in the center of the ring. So, of course, Mr. Blue will be starting out the legal man, and of course, a very dangerous looking Cage will also be starting out. Now, pretty much just hours before this match was made official, like Mr. Blue was seemingly saying that he was being tossed around by Steve Barron in the past few shows. Cause at a recent house show, well, not so recent house show, like Steve Barron was actually defending his title against a jobber only during the post-match that Steve Barron's celebration gets interrupted by Blue. Of course, Mr. Blue was fined $50,000, well, pretty much for the damages that he attempted to do. But if it wasn't for MYS paying it, Mr. Blue would not have this match at all. Tag made, Lance Phillip made legal. It seemed that for Mr. Blue, or in this case, only cares about one thing in his mind, and that is to secure that Universal Championship at all costs. But before doing that, it seemed that for Mr. Blue, will pretty much have to take care of any remains that try to get into his way. Tag made, MYS made legal. And now for Lance Phillip, slamming MYS head first into the turnbuckle. Not sure that's a good idea. MYS managed to counter. And now managed to fire back. Almost looking to try and go for an immediate power slam onto Phillip. Now it seeming that for MYS, pretty much driving Lance Phillip into the corner. It's looking like it's not going to work. And now for Lance Phillip, that's throwing MYS around with suplex. MYS immediately gets up and connects with the flying punch. And into the corner now. And tag made by MYS and Blue. It's seeming that they have an idea. Mr. Blue going out to the middle rope and tried to go for the hammer strike onto the arm. Mr. Blue surprisingly ends up countering. And now he's trying to at least get Lance Phillip up. Man, to turn him around. Ready to go for a new signature. And that being the teardrop cutter. Or at least I think that's what it is. And into the corner now. And now tag made for both Mr. Blue and MYS. And now MYS making Lance Phillip trip. Mr. Blue with the forearm and MYS with pretty much the perfect kind of comical. However, the pinfall would end up not working. It seemed that the teamwork for MYS and Mr. Blue is working, but for how long? Now NYS just pretty much throwing Lance Phillip with no executive problem. And onto the top ropes now. And tag mate, here comes Cage. But here comes NYS, but only get to be stopped by Cage. Just by looking at the way NYS landed, he might have just landed like, well, incorrectly, well, pretty much on one of his like thighs to the point where it might have just sprained his whole leg. But NYS is still moving because he is not backing down for nobody. Now NYS onto the middle rope, trying to go for a middle rope tackle, and it ends up connecting. Now NYS throwing Cage into a corner. Don't know why the fuck NYS had done that. He had to go for a flying punch. Immediately turns attention to Lance Phillip, takes him out of the match early. It's seeming that NYS may have a potential idea if he can just land it. And now NYS pointing the gun at him and pulling the trigger, saying it's go time. Not only if Cage went to stop him dead in his tracks. And now for Cage throwing NYS onto the outside, hopefully having Lance Phillip to pick up the remains. And now Cage turning his attention onto Mr. Blue, and now see that for both Vengeance Day, and now pretty much turned their attention onto NYS and Mr. Blue. However, Cage ends up missing the massive stomp, and now NYS is going to have to fight his own battle in order to win one for the team. So now for Cage, going to be able to do something here. Kick into the midsection. And Cage into the corner. And now NYS is going to try and attempt to do it again. And here he comes. The Superman punch ends up connecting. And ducking under. And connect with the spear. Going to NYS. But it seems that he's not done. And wants to try and take down Lance Phillip. And now NYS on the top rope. What is he thinking here? And probably going for a coup de grace, connecting onto Lance Phillip. Well, no, not Lance Phillip, but Cage cover. And NYS scores the win for the team. And here's a replay of the tag team match. And a double axe handle by Blue. And a coup de grace from NYS. And hooking the leg onto Cage. So as your winner is technically the returning tag team at NYS, or at least the only tag team, well, the temporary tag team at NYS and Mr. Blue.
F-A-B-U-L-O-U-S. I'm bad. I don't want to talk if we ain't talking about me. No. Walk into the room, all eyes on me. Pretty, take a pic, doing donuts in the whip. Glamour and glitz, rub the genie, make a wish. Bad and ruthless, quiet up and ruthless. Big, too fresh, bad, baddie up next. I can tell a lie, huh? You can tell I'm blind. She can tell I'm blind, the way I terrorize.
Ladies and gentlemen, your co-main event will be Steph Maxwell versus, well, pretty much versus the new, well, FWA General Manager for FWA No Limits, that being Keith Richards.
Take a loss. Got the sauce and the pasta, they hasta la
So your co-main event here is, well, pretty much your co-main event here is, well, it's Steph Maxwell, well, versus the general manager, Keith Richards. Now we don't know what in the absolute hell was Steph Maxwell thinking while I'm facing off Keith, but he thinks it might be an easy match, or at least in his standards. And here comes, was the general manager. And here you can see Keith Richards holding a kendo stick and a can of beer in his hand. See that for Keith Richards is ready to not even hold back against his opponent, Steph Maxwell. But we need to judge at least the entrance attire. And pretty much that for Keith Maxwell worn this same exact attire when he was part of Ring of Honor in his early years. Well, but now that he has signed, and now that he signed with the XWA for many years to come, is that for what Keith Richards gonna have to take all the gear from Ring of Honor, TNA, hell, even the WWE, and put it into the XWA. So now for Keith Richards, they're walking around the ring trying to at least analyze the entire ring. So for Keith Richards taking his slow and sweet time getting himself into the ring. So now for Steph Maxwell versus the general manager, Keith Richards. The match has begun, and now for Keith Richards, all looking to try and put this match, or at least to the end. Steph Maxwell, however, pretty much thinking that this match is easily light work. Also, I will be right back. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to SWA Xwa No Limits, the co-main event. By the reminder that this is your co-main event in San Antonio, Texas. It's pretty much after Seth Maxwell has taken an absolute fight onto Keith Richards. Back inside the ring now for Seth Maxwell. And now for a kick to the midsection, light it up for a curb stomp, and it connects on the Keith Richards. Cover now by Seth Maxwell. But Keith Richards ends up kicking out. Now Seth Maxwell going for a moonsault, however, it does not connect. And seeing that for Keith Richards is going to try and make Seth Maxwell pay. Dropping the elbow drop. If that's gonna for Seth Maxwell, gonna climb like his life depends on it. And the swing blade ends up connecting. Turns the kick to the midsection, looking at Seth Maxwell, look for the pedigree onto Keith Richards. Cover now. And Seth Maxwell will win it. So I think now it is time for our main event. San Antonio, Texas. This is your main event of tonight. For San Antonio, Texas, this following contest is scheduled for one fall, and it will be contested under XWA rules. So ladies and gentlemen, at the main event, it's will almost be made official and underway. As it would be Jeremiah Fatu versus Stage Creeper. And for Jeremiah Fatu, making his way well to the XWA ring. Well, pretty much at this match is contested under like a street fight, or I want to say a literal, like San Antonio. But yeah, technically it's considered to be somewhat of a street fight. Well, actually, no, we're going to start calling it the XWA rules match. As I'm looking at today's Creeper is not trying to hold back here. And looking that now this match is already made official, looking that for both men and now getting ready to go to work. Right in this XWA rules match. Now for Dane now grabbing the stop sign. And now starting to use the stop sign to his advantage. Only for Jeremiah Fatu to use it, but now today's Creeper now pretty much for Dane here. Now being going to the corner and almost looking to be somewhat of a counter, or at least some move by Jeremiah Fatu, and now he's making a climb up to the middle of the rope and pretty much just dropping the weight for the dead weight. So now today's Creeper managed to have time to pull off his jacket. A sit-out power driver from Jeremiah Fatu, and a punch going for today's Creeper. I kind of looked under, and the tables are out. And pretty much the guitar ends up connecting to the face. Today's Creeper. Now, I don't even know what's happening because I'm also kind of focused on some other shit that is happening. And now for Dave Creeper now having Jeremiah Fatu up and pretty much go for a avalanche kill switch cover. It's almost that for Jeremiah Fatu managed to get out first. Now outside the ring going for Jeremiah Fatu. This fight is now somewhat close to the commentary table. Wait a minute, let me see something real quick. Also, apologies in advance if I'm not commentating here. I'm trying to concentrate. Whatever James Creeper is trying to do here. But sliding a ladder into the ring. After James Creeper pretty much now looking at the commentary table. Now, whatever James Creeper attempting to do here, Now for Jeremiah Fatu picking up the stop sign, only for Zayn was to end up intercepted. And now, where was the Zayn? Larry had to leave the ring for some reason. And there's the super kick, ends up connecting. And now technically Zayn thinks he only got one opportunity to do it. He's descending to the ladder and going for it, but nowhere to be found. Okay, that was kind of lackluster. Instead, I'm going to do this. So now, whatever Jeremiah 5-2 looks to go for, but he's using the Samoan splash cover, and immediate kick out by well, no, not Milford, but today's Creeper. And now, Jeremiah 5-2 utilizing with a Samoan spike. And Jeremiah 5-2 will win in the street fight. And ladies and gentlemen, that will conclude XWA No Limits. Good night, everybody.